All right, so hi everybody. It's good to have you here, and it is February 10th. Can you believe that already? Um, I am grateful to have you guys here and supporting me. We just did our check-in with everybody, and I did ask the question, um, what makes you feel visible? So for people that are watching it remotely, something to think about for yourself. What makes you feel good, visible? Some people shared some really good comments like compliments, nature, their, medical providers, and so on. So I agree with all those people, friends, families. But I would say for what really struck a chord, what was the strongest feeling for me was the compliments. I think that is a good power of energy. So I thought today we do a little different card. So I'd like to start off with these Zooms with a wisdom card. So last time I've been doing better than yesterday cards. I got a couple of card decks. So I'm going to just pick a random one and see what inspires you. Okay, I help create a world where it is safe to love each other. And then on the back, it says, every time I meditate or do a visualization for healing, I'm connecting with like-minded people all over the planet. So I help create a world where it's safe to love each other. And unfortunately, I can't read it through the computer. Every time I meditate or I do a visualization for healing, I am connecting with like-minded people all over the planet. So, wow, kind of in theme with what makes us feel visible, right? So a nice card, and this is from Louise Hay Wisdom Cards. It's an old deck, probably had it for 20 years from Hay House. So if you guys want to know where that's from, um, I also like to do kind of a fun, sometimes it's fun to pick a random reading. So I say let's pick a random one. So let's pick a one that says, okay, this talks about entertainment. This is 71. And this is from the Tao, sometimes pronounced with a D sound instead of the T, 365 Tao. So the Tao literally is a translation, it means the way. All right, the mind that turns every outward will have no end to craving. Only the mind turned inward will find a still point of peace. So let's I'll read that one again. The mind that turns ever outward will have no end to craving. Only the mind turned inward will find a still point of peace. Wow, that's a good one. So let's think about that a little bit as we kind of do some stillness. And the song, I was thinking about teaching you guys a song, which Janet knows. Um, but it's safe. It's a song that we learned in one of the community singing. And why don't I just start with that one? It's a lady who her name is Steph, Julin, but the song is called "My Body Is a Safe Place." When we sang this song, I just thought, oh my God, I love it. It's such a perfect song, and it's such a good reminder. My body instantly felt good with the message and what it was singing. So well, we can do a little vocal warm up afterwards, but it's a simple song, and I know it's remote, but basically the words are, "My body is a safe place. Ooh, my body is a safe place. Ooh, my body is a safe place. Ooh, my body is a safe place. Ooh." And so kind of, there's like one part that does that over and over again. My body is a safe place. Ooh, my body is a safe place. Ooh, little jazzy tone. My body is a safe place. Ooh, my body is a safe place. Ooh. And then the second part is a song. Of course, I'm trying to remember the part, but I don't know if it's gonna play through here. Of course, it's delaying a little bit, but I am, yeah, it's coming through. But I'm forgetting the second part. It says, I think it's I'm forgetting the second part, but the first part is really good. And if I can get this to play, it's thinking my Wi-Fi must be going down. Um, if not, we can just keep going with that theme. Or yeah, and if you, I know I'm forgetting the lyrics, but the second part, okay. I feel shelter in my body now. Okay, that's it. So okay, I don't know if you could hear it, but it goes, I feel shelter in my body now. I feel shelter in my body now. So some people can go, I'm feeling, my body is a safe place. Ooh, my body is a safe place. Ooh, my body is a safe place. Ooh. And then another part, I know we're virtual, so you can't do it over. And I'll send a link to the song, but you could say, my body, you know, let's see how it is. If you can, I find shelter in my body now. I find shelter in my body now. So I find shelter in my body now. I find shelter in my body now. I find shelter in my body now. I feel find shelter in my body now. The lower part is easier for me. But you can change the word shelter with something else. You know, whatever, instead of shelter, it can be something else. So, anyways, it's a good song. All right. So enough of songs, and I do have another affirmation kit. I bought it in the mail, which I have not shared with anyone. But it's called Affirmations for Bad, you know, just in case a kid watches it or something. Um, is that kind of fun? It's like a bold, sassy card. So some of them are not super bad, but uh, basically it's like an affirmation. It says bold affirmation. I'm doing a good job. I'm rare and one of a kind. So just add that word that starts with a D. I'm doing a good job. I'm a rare one of a kind. So um it's a good affirmation to pick. I thought just a kind of a random one, which kind of has a nice theme also with what we've talked about, feeling safe in that song, which was spacing on the words. I feel shelter in my body now. Which I won't forget that one later. Oh, all right. So that's a little bit of a song. Let's do a little bit of movement, just kind of spicing up the order. Sometimes I do movement at the end. Let's do movement now. You can do it in a chair standing. And if you do movement, I want you to be comfortable. If you prefer sitting, do that. Visualize. We'll do a meditation after that and some lymphatic work. All right, that's what I was hoping to do now. So right. So I'm going to go back and assume some people will be in a chair and stand for the others. And we'll do some different Qigong practices. So I'm going to bring my mic a little bit closer in case you can hear me better. I know sometimes people say that they lose the sound when I step further back. So hopefully you can hear me a little bit better. All right, there you go. All right. So if you're standing, wonderful. This is a movement for the wooden snake. I learned it from one of my instructors myself. And basically, we want to start with the legs together. So if you're in a chair, you just kind of sit. But basically, we want to have a spiral motion, hand going to the side, hand coming to center, the other hand passes. The hands don't touch, but they gently go to the other side, looking at that moving hand. So if you're in a chair, just gently do that kind of spiral motion, best you can, turning and going to the other side. So it's kind of like a snake move, right? It kind of has that nice S motion movement. And you want to have set knees, pelvic floor tucked in. And like I said, if you're in a chair, having the one hand go down, one hand go up, and gently looking side to side, perhaps shifting your weight from one sit bone to the other, right? Have the hands gently pass. And this is to represent the wooden snake, which was the year, all right, of the Chinese New Year that we just had, which was a really fun event at the Mall of America. If you haven't been there before, Um, check it out. They have a 2-day celebration. All right, so the hands kind of go up and to the other side. All right, let's do that one more time each side. And you can always visualize this if it's hard to do. And then we can come back to center. So the next movement is very similar to this one that we just kind of did, but we're going to turn the body. So instead of the hand comes going out, it's going to go up by your ears, and we have a wider stance. So the legs are together, hand goes up, hand comes down, and the other hand goes up by the ears, hands go down, and there's a little bit of shifting in the weight as the hand goes up to the ears. Shift the weight. There's a lot of spiral, right? I'm turning spirally to the side, shifting the weight, and going to the other. So if you're in a chair, same kind of thing. You would spiral, like shift your weight to one sit bone, shift your weight to the other sit bone. And if you have a loose a whirling chair like this one, you might be cheating. You could also look that way, but it's just gently having the hands go past. So I'll keep doing it standing because it's a little bit more beneficial. But if for some reason you cannot stand, that is a way to kind of do that. Whoops. Yeah, hand going up by the ear. And shifting the weight. So it's kind of a fun move, isn't it? Let's do that a few more times. Great. And let's do that maybe one more time each side. And hands go across and to the other. Hands slowly come down. And let's do some nice gathering chi. Just hands circle around, coming to the center. Very popular in Tai Chi for health. Flipping the hands up, letting your breath lead the movement. So inhale as the hands rise, exhale as they come down. But do what feels right for you. You have permission to do the opposite. If you're standing, just gently bending the knees a little bit more. If you're sitting in the chair, just being on the edge of the chair. And you can make it smaller. If you're like, no, my shoulders hurt when I do that, you can definitely make it just to your chest height, within the range of your, chest. But if you're able, ideally it's to your forehead. All right, good. Let's do that 2 more times. And one more. And let's reverse it. Hands rise up the center and come down. So we did this last week where we did it on the side, which was part of the Wung Deng Temple Qigong, which is a practice that they're offering in the Shift Network. And that's SHIFT network. It's online. So this is just a simpler, more popular one. So the main thing we want to do is feel light and soft in our bodies. And let's do that one more time. And hands slowly come down and come to rest. I also like to do one that is common for Tai Chi rulers. I just can't remember if I have my ruler here. But if anyone has ever seen a Tai Chi ruler, it's about the size about your torso. And if you had a Tai Chi ruler, you could also just start with the hands going out the center. And it looks similar to the bass drum, but we go in both directions. So you can do this. We're going to do it with the feet parallel, and then we'll do one foot in front of the other. So if you're sitting, it looks the same, right? And if it's hard to move with your hands, visualize. So imagining the pelvic floor just slightly engaged, but everything is soft. And just thinking about it is good enough. So if you can have your breath with the movement, wonderful. And doing that a few times. And let's do it one more time with the feet parallel, and then we're going to put one foot in front. So if you're in the chair, just lift one foot, put it in front, and let's gently do that same direction, having the hands in front. So circling hands is what this is called in a lot of practices. And it's also called the prayer wheel. And if you do it like Tai Chi Cha, they call it bass drum. So these are kind of universal moves that we're doing that many people use in many practices. And you want to have soft fingers, soft hands, soft wrist, soft knees, and the pelvis slightly tucked in if you're standing. And the knees are soft. And see if you can let the breath initiate the movement. The movement comes from the center, the hands follow. So if I stop, my hands stop, right? Having it come from the center. Let's do that one more time. And then bring that foot in, and then we'll go to the other side. That same forward motion. We'll do backwards motion as well. Some people can feel softness in the palms of their hands as they're doing these movements. And the slower you do the movements or the more relaxed you are, typically that helps. All right, good. And let's do that 2 more times. One more, having the hands within your body. And let's bring the feet parallel, and let's do the opposite. It feels very different, right, to not move the body, right, because we want to have it from the center, but just gently feeling the movement. Maybe and having the breath lead it. Feeling of the belly, letting the belly shrink, hands come down. And notice if it feels different for you as you're reversing the motion. And let's do that 2 more times. And let's do it now with the one foot out, right foot or left. Doesn't matter. Some people, it does matter which one you do first. But I have an instructor also, Joel, his name, Ronington. Anybody knows him? He is a wonderful Dragon Tiger Qigong instructor here in the Twin Cities. And he was telling me it doesn't matter if you start right or left first. You should be versatile. But all the other training that I've ever had, everybody has told me it does matter that left is always first. So it's fun to hear different perspectives, and I say everybody's right. You know, there's no one answer. Good. Feeling soft. Let's do that 2 more times on that one side and the other. And let's switch to the other side. Again, doing the other. Feeling that softness and movement. And I'm very lucky to have someone on the call that we have right now has over 30 years of spring force Qigong experience. So very knowledgeable. And I feel honored to have her here. Over 30 years, I think. All right. feeling that motion, feeling that softness. Let's see if we can slow it down even more. See if you can feel anything between your hands, swirling, tingling. And let's do that 2 more times. And 1 more. All right, good. So that is circling hands, a mini version. There is more. If you guys, are you guys liking the circling hands? Because there is a version of parallel. So you can do it with the flat hands, the whole routine. They call it coronal, like the aura, this aura, coronal. And there's also the hands flat facing the earth. So this way, and also flat, hands are flat. So if you guys want to try that, we'll do that more next time. So I'll give you a little break. Let's do some bouncing. Get a little different type of movement. And this is from Spring Forest Qigong, that bouncing from the knees. If you're in a chair, just soften the wrists, let them flap if you're able. Lift the heels to kind of mimic it. And then we can slowly lift the hands from side to side. If you want to tap a little bit the kidneys while you're bouncing and shaking. And then we can slowly bring the hands up. This is the funny part. I think it's funny. Right. Very nice, fun. You can sing that song. I feel safe in my body now. I feel safe in my body now. I feel safe in my body now. My body is a safe place. Ooh. 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 And then you can slowly let the hands come down, sway side to side. I'm not a good singer as the original song leader, but it's a little song. And if you want to tap the chest, the lung points as well. Right, and then slowly kind of wind down. That's a good cultivating chi, life force energy exercise. So let's take a moment and do some stillness, which we kind of talked about as one way of feeling visible, one way to connect with ourselves, with our bodies. I like standing meditations with my hands by my side. You can have your hands rested, I've also heard as well. But if it hurts to stand, you can sit, on the edge of your chair. And let's just do this for some stillness. Feeling, noticing what makes us feel visible in this moment. Listening to that inner voice. Maybe it's a song. Maybe it's a hug from somebody that makes you feel visible. Or just being gently here in your body, being still. Having the knees slightly bent, pelvis tucked under, head, shoulders, ears in alignment. And try not to move your feet. If you can, try to keep them still. But if you need to sit, you can sit, but keep your feet flat on the ground. Or if you're tired, you can shift your weight from one leg to, like shift that, like, oh, give your leg a rest. There we go. And the other side. So coming to the center. And I know it's hard to be still, but focusing on our breath. Just noticing the patterns of how you're breathing. Are you breathing in through your nose? Are you breathing through your mouth? Do you have your eyes open? Do you have your eyes closed? Do you feel relaxed and soft in all your joints, or do you feel hard, stiff, pain. And sometimes if one area feels more stiff, that could be energy that is blocked and it's stagnant and the energy is flowing, it's moving, but it shouldn't be painful. If it is painful, then I ask you to just visualize or do something different. You can lay in the bed. You can lay in your bed and have the same pose and just feel the stillness in the body. But the perk of standing or being upright in a chair is you're letting gravity pull you down, letting the gravity pull the energy so that you can feel more grounded. For me, when I'm more grounded, I'm more visible. Especially when I get lost in my thoughts and my ideas, right? It's hard to know what you're feeling. So just noticing the body, the breath. Are you doing chest breathing? Are you doing belly breathing or back breathing? There's so many different styles. Just notice. If you got a thought that came through your head or a sound that you heard, trying to be still. Yeah, we'll just do this for another maybe 10, 15 seconds. Feeling the stillness of our body. Yeah, we can slowly wiggle your toes and your fingers. You know, that can be a lot of energy just for one person alone, just that standing meditation. So, you know, you can shake out that energy. Let's rub our hands and send love to our kidneys. So sending that warmth, rubbing your kidneys. And then holding the hands. I know sometimes I feel energy zapping through the palm of my hands, which right now I feel tingling. But see if you feel anything. As you put your hands back there, do you feel anything? And let's rub our hands, creating that fiction, right? And let's rub our knees in a circle motion. And let's do the back in a circle motion. And let's do the sides, both sides. And the other leg. And let's rub our different points, the Laogang point, the index finger, wherever it touches in that area. Gently massage your palm of your hand. They say this is good at calming emotions or creating that balance. And then let's do the other side, just that index finger and gently massaging. And if you can do it both directions, that's even better. If it feels tender, they say maybe you need to do it more, but be gentle with it. You don't want to press hard on it. Another important acupuncture point is, you know, where these two joints end. So right here. But if you're pregnant, they say don't do this. Okay, so if you're pregnant, don't do this. And it's just a very gentle pressure, both directions. And then let's do the other, where the two bones meet. And then the other direction. And so that's a little acupressure as well. Let's go into the lymphatic work. Some good job with the movement and the stillness. Let's do some lymphatic. There's a lymphatic movement. You can do the standing or in a chair. Put the hands here up by your chest, opening up, or you can put your hands behind your neck, but that's a little bit more riskier. This is safer. And then we gently want to curve in so that you know, we don't want to hunch open, no hunching, just a little bit of a curve back. Hold it for 3 seconds and then open up for 3 seconds. And then back down. And then back up. Doing it with your breathing is great. And back down. Opening up again. And back down. And again, and back down. Well, let's do that 2 more times. Going back down. And one more. Going down. And finishing up with the hands up. Good. So that is a nice, if you can do that 10 or 12, 10 times a day, a couple times a day, that is perfect. Another nice lymphatic is a gentle pressure between the bridge of your eyes here at the nose. So gentle pressure. It's like so gentle. It's just like how light can you go? That's how light you should be. So it hurt, no pain. So if you have pain, go lighter. And we'll do 6 deep breathing breaths here. So just a nice inhale, belly activation is the best because that's a lot of lymph systems there. So inhale, and then a nice exhale. And it doesn't matter how you exhale, it could be in through your nose, out, however. Nice deep breath. And exhale. And you could even do slower than that one. Let's do a slower breath. When you go slower, you can kind of feel the back expand. And then a nice exhale. Doing that 3 more times. Two more. Feeling nice and relaxed. And one more time. And let's gently go down the face. If you've done my class before, we've done this before, but this is the Perrin technique, one of the techniques. And that's spelled Perrin. And let's do it to the side of our head 5 times, leading to the clavicle. This is where you get to mess up your hair. And let's do this from behind. Gently go down behind. So behind the head, on the side of the neck. Yeah, but I might take my hairband out at this point. And they also, some people call this in Qigong 10 fingers combing the hair, combing the, is it the hair or the woods? I can't remember. There's something like that. So this is a, and let's, that was more than 5. On the side behind the ear, going down to the chest, same side of the neck. Just a gentle trace down. And let's do it to the other side. It's just going behind the ears, leading it to the clavicle on the same side. And this is your clavicle if you're not sure what that means. And then there is another part, which I think we can do that today. I don't do it. Sometimes we do it the other times, but it's around your chest. So you're going to open up the side, go around your chest, swiping up to the clavicle 5 times. And one more. Next one is going over the chest, leading to the clavicle. And that means under your chest if you're a female, if you got some dimensional aspects. And it's very light and trace. And then let's do the inside of the sternum here on the side 5 times, kind of where the sternum starts, and an upward motion leading to that clavicle on the same side. All right, good. And let's do the other side, sweeping around the chest, leading up to the clavicle 5 times. And let's do over the chest, and you can use the back of your hands or the side of your hands, whatever feels comfortable for you. And it's just very gentle pressure. And one more time, and then up along the sternum on that same side, leading to the clavicle, kind of where below the chest. All right, good. So the next part, It's like, where's my scarf? Here we go. If you have a scarf handy, great. If you don't, next time, or you can try it when we're done, just have like a little towel or scarf or maybe a sweatshirt. We do a little upward motions here in the back in between the trapezoids here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just an upward stroke. Feels like you're kind of doing nothing, but it's part of the routine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So a simple movement. Now you know why scarves are handy. No, and then and if you didn't do it, that's okay. You can try it later. And then how we end is going down 5 times. There is also a facial version. Why don't we go crazy? We'll be lymphatic drained out. All right, so let's do all the fingers, 4 fingers, going across the forehead. They say that's good for for headaches. And let's do 2 fingers around the eyebrows. So if you ever wake up with a puffy face, this can be helpful. And then let's do 1 under the eyes, going up. I know when I cheat on my diet, I get a puffy face pretty easily. All right, so hand goes down across, down to the clavicle, sweep across and down. Looks like a number 7. And maybe one more time. So if you have any sinus problems, this is a nice to do. Here's another one. Circle around, go up on the side in front of the ear and go down. So across and down. Again, good for people who may have drainage issues. And let's do that one more time. And then let's do the jawline, sweeping from the chin to the jaw. Getting underneath this, there's a lot of lymphatics here, so just helping them move along. And then we end with a nice sweeping motion here. And we just put one hand here on our neck, gently turn the head to the side, and the other. And doing it again. Just turning the neck side to side for a little while. And one more time. And let's do the other side. One more time, or 2 more times. Let's say 2 more times. And then bring the hands back to center. So just even that gentle touch for me, that felt good. Like I'm visible, just that gentle pressure. That's what we kind of did last week with our meditation, was having our hands when we're on our hands on our body. This time it was a little bit of a standing meditation, kind of a shorter meditation today. Not as longer as we usually do, but why don't we just do nice shoulder rolls? This is also a nice lymphatic. So just keep it within the socket joints, just moving the shoulders and then reversing the direction. We do this in the Tai Chi for Health practice, and it's also lymphatic exercise. All right, good. So that is, let me see how we're doing on time. I always like to have enough time for a checkout. Well, we do have a little bit more time for a nice checkout, or we could do another quick little meditation. Any preference? I know some people have no preference. Let's grab let's do vocal. Let me do a little vocal exercises with you. So one is, as you can tell, I have a raspy voice, if you haven't noticed by now. So just drinking a little bit of water and we make some ka, ka, ka sounds. Go. You can sound like a crow or a bird, but it helps get that water back there. So try that a few times. We'll do a ka, ka. if you don't choke on it. If you have any cake reflexes, maybe don't do that. So that's a nice way to wet that palate as you're down there. So a nice way to like also help with your is massaging your throat in a downward motion. I know this helps me a lot, but see how it feels. Well, even when I do this, I feel my digestion start moving. Just a very gentle stroke. A lot of people don't, you got to be careful. This is a sensitive area. And then one area you could do is one side go up a little bit, just a gentle tug, should not hurt. If it hurts, don't do it. Just notice how it kind of feels. And then to the other side. See if you notice any releasing or tension. So just gently one side to the other. And then let's do the other. Uh, And the other. So nice little way to massage. And underneath here is a nice one. Having the chin, having a finger around the chin and gently massaging right here, right where the thumb is in a circular motion is also something that I've learned. Going to the sides in a circular motion can help with your vocal cords. Something I struggle with. um, and to the other. And they have some different vocal exercises, but I think it would be fun to do a chant, just the word phrase here and now. So it's kind of like a mantra chant. So I want you to feel nice and relaxed in your body so you can feel soft, and it can be any different pitch you want. But we're just going to sing the mantra over and over again here and now. So maybe think about your word of what you felt made you feel visible. So invite that in. So maybe it's a compliment somebody gave you, maybe it's being in nature. So visualize in your mind right now what makes you feel visible. And we're just going to chant the words here and now. So let's begin. Here and now. Here and now. Here and now. Here and now. So just feeling that resonate, that echo, the vibrations in your body. Here and now. And maybe you want to bring your fingers together, or middle finger, or nothing, just something to think and play with. Here and now. 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 And if you have thoughts, let them come back to the voice, to your voice, however you sound. It doesn't have to be good. Here and now. Maybe you want to play with it even higher. Here and now. Maybe you want to go higher yet, or stay lower. Here and now. Here and now. Higher voice. Here and now. Here and now. And let's do that a few more times, maybe slower and softer as we're doing it. Let's do it 5 more times, so I'll count it on my finger. Here and now. Here and now. Here and now. Here and now. And a vocal whisper. Here and now. So just enjoying the silence, the stillness in the body, feeling that vibration in the chest, perhaps. And just thinking about today, what makes us feel visible and what other people thought of, and welcoming positive things to come our way as we journey ahead in the upcoming week until we meet again. For some people, they celebrate Valentine's Day, some don't. If it's a happy occasion for you, I wish you the best. And grateful that you're here. And I'm going to end the recording so that people that are here in the class can say something that they enjoyed or didn't enjoy or found challenging, however they want to feel it or share with me. That's great. I love feedback because then I know what people love and don't like, and if it's too fast or too loud, all that good stuff. So thank you so much for coming and for the Zoom recording. If people don't know, April 6th, the concert, and that's the album. Hope to, people can join us. All right. Thank you so much.